Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on the purchase of your JAYFLIGHT 24 FBS travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A few things taken into consideration when parking. On your campsite, you have plenty of room for that awning to come in and out. On your off campsite, besides your slide, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power cord is going to pull it in or plug in from back here, and then your water docking station is going to be all the way on the rear of the unit. So park accordingly so you utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once arrived and unhook our hitch, first thing we're going to do is level our unit. Your unit comes with a power tongue jack. Night docking light should you arrive at night. Lower is up, down here is the raise. Get your unit level. Once your unit's level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit got these stabilizing jacks. 3/4 inch hand crank. Hit this on here and crank them down. Now I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, hot blacktop in the summer. It'll better distribute the weight. Use your 10% off coupon, grab a 4-pack of them, put them down, and run these stabilizing jacks down just until they're taut. Remember, we don't want to lift the unit, we're already level, we just want to stabilize it. Let's get all 4 of them down. Got our unit level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. The power cord will store inside here, so we pull it out, take a 30 amp cord and plug it in. Once you got this power plugged in, hook up your water. At campsites, you will hook up to city water connection. Plug in your hose here. Don't turn your hose on yet. Just find your hot water heater. We're right around this corner. At this point, all we're doing is making sure our drain plug's back in here. Once that's back in there nice and snug, you can go ahead and turn that hose on. Now, after that hose has been on for a few minutes, we're going to go up inside here and we're going to open up our slide so that we can get to all of our water tanks. Just come in the unit, open this little cabinet up, and hit slide out. As the slide opens up, like I said, what we're going to do is we're going to go in here into the bathroom, into the kitchen here, open up all of our water lines, get a nice steady flow of water going through them, get all the air out of the lines. Once you get that flowing nice and steady, go ahead and shut them off and you're all set to camp. Now let's say we're going to go camping. We're not going to use city water. We're going to go dry camping. In that case, there's this separate process. Over here in the front of your off campsite can be a freshwater tank. No need for a water pressure regulator here, simply use a hose, gravity fill that. Once that's full, remove your hose. There's your overflow valve. Remove your hose and then put that cap back on, and then whenever you want to use that water, you'll turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump and hook up to the city water, that's already pressurized. Alright, we're all set up for power and water. I'm going to go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit, continuing here on the off camp side. We got our big pass-through storage area, stabilizing jacks. They flew for a furnace. A couple things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked. 2, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of that. It does get hot. Freshwater drain, and low point drains. Back to the unit here, we've got our power again. There's where you plug in your cable at the campsites. There's our black and gray tanks to dump. Spare tire, I recommend you get a cover for that to keep that from dry rotting in the sun. City water connection, you got an outdoor shower here. Here's our main low point drains. Got a ladder, utilize it. Go up there, check the seams of your roof, caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. Again, over here is our hot water heater. The big storage area here. with your low point drains to dump. Access to the back of your fridge. A couple of outdoor speakers and a vent for your microwave. A couple of 110s out here as well. More 110s. A little lip that you can get griddles to hook onto. And underneath there would be your quick connect LP for that. Your propane does have a regulator. Lefty loosey to open. And that about covers everything out here. So take a look on the inside. Coming up inside your unit, first thing I like to point out is your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Again, coming up to our left here, to our control panel, I'm going here and turn some lights on. It'll show me that a lot of these lights are individuals. Walk through and turn them on. Lighting here and here as well. Tons of individual lighting to walk through and turn on. Let's go back up to this control panel. So up here's our awning control. On your awning, you don't want to run that out until that flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see that bar. If you hold that out button down, that will continue to run itself out and start running itself up onto itself backwards. So keep an eye on it when you're running it out. Don't run it out further than you need to. As I'm bringing that in, I'll mention control panel here. There's your brand new battery, fresh black and gray tanks. Here's where you turn on your water pump to use that fresh water. Your water heater hooked to gas, your water heater hooked to electric. It does make a difference. Choose correctly. Slide control and our lights. On the side of your little kitchen island there is your carbon monoxide and propane detector. Coming into the kitchen, we have a self-explanatory microwave. Show that working. Light and fan above your cooktop. Turn that to light, hit your spark. And all these will come on here. You do have a pilot light to go up underneath to light for your oven. Norcold fridge, simple system. Turn it on auto. Auto means when you're plugged in, you're running off electricity. As soon as you're unplugged, you're on gas. Or simply put it on gas. If that light starts flashing, check your gas. Might be getting low. 1 through 5 over here being the coldest. Step into our bathroom. Find my lighting. There it is. So we do have a hand crank open power exhaust vent here. 110 with GFCI reset. And some plumbing to maintain. Just keep an eye on it. You're bouncing a house down the road. Don't want things to wiggle loose as you're heading down there. Again, individual lighting in here. Coming out and turning the corner to a thermostat. Turn that all the way down and crank up the air. On your air, you'd have what's called a quick dump. Shut the air off. Shuts right off. I'm going to turn the heat on. You hear the heat kick on, a little quieter. I'm going to shut the heat off. And generally, it takes a couple minutes for the fan to cycle through before it shuts off for the heat furnace. You prep for a TV here. Just if you plug in your cable here, make sure that green light's on. That's a digital channel enhancer. It'll allow you to pick up more channels. Sound system here, push for power.
So I know T-Swizzles like the friendship break.
Nice sound system there. Your table will lift up. Remove those metal bars. Put your cushion or put your tabletop on these holders here all the way around. Put cushions on top of that. That'll give you another place to sleep. We have a jackknife sofa over here. Lift up the front, and that will lay down the back. There we go. Give you another place to sleep. Lastly, going into our bedroom here. You are prepped for a TV. Here's where the backer goes. Cable in 110 here. Emergency escape window. And a little bit of storage up underneath our bed. We got our lighting up here. Now let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. Generally, I'll come to the control panel. Oh, here's our antenna. I'm sorry. You want to crank that to the right, to the left to go up, and to the right to go down at the campsites. So I'll come to the control panel and shut off my interior lights. That way I know any other lights are all individual lighting that I need to walk through and shut off. It's already done our bathroom. I'll come back to the control panel, turn on my interior lights, and say doors and drawers. Walk through the unit, check all doors and drawers, make sure nothing's going to impede this slide from coming in. Hit slide in. You really want to make sure those cabinet doors down there are closed. You don't want that slide catching on it, ripping your doors off. I do want you to hear that little noise right there. That's telling you the slide's all the way in. Oops, shut off my interior lights and exit the unit. Pull our steps up. Before you leave this campsite, I want you to lock, deadbolt, lift and turn that handle. That's how you want that door for travel. All right, if we were dry camping, we're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks. Come around to our fresh water drain. Get up underneath there and dump those. And head to the nearest dump station or home, whichever you're in need of. If we're at a campsite, we're going to unhook our power, our water, our cable, hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. That's the dump station parked accordingly. Your dump's going to be all the way at the rear of the unit on the driver's side of your tow vehicle. Black tank handle is going to be on your right. Once you arrive, hook up your hose and pull that black handle. Once that sounds like it's no longer draining, go inside, check the level of your black tank. Shows empty, come out here and close that black tank and pull your gray tank. It'll be the one on the left. When that one's done, go ahead and close that up. Usually while my grays are draining, I'll come over to my low point drains, get inside there and open them up, dump them. And you don't want to leave stagnant water in your hot water heater. So come in here and lift up on this pressure release valve. Now be careful, hot water is going to come out of there. When that's done, flip that back down, then you can pull your drain plug for your residual hot water. When that gray is done, we'll close that gray up, remove that hose, and conveniently and sanitarily store your sewage hose right in your bumper and head on home. Good. Thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this JAYFLIGHT for many years to come. Happy camping.